All right, let's go to the next car. This is a 1976 American Motors Pacer Sedan from Carol DeBozart. This is the kind of thing that is a little unusual when it comes to classic cars. But boy, this is, if you have an affinity for American motors and this styling and this era, this is certainly a great example of that. If you are seeing this car here or anywhere along Woodward Avenue, boy, it really jumps out at you. And if you have, like I said, a great interest in this one, Bobby, this is the 76 Pacer sedan. This is, talk about something that jumps out at you from the past.
Oh, yeah. Pacers weren't exactly sought after when they came out. It was a very bold move by American Motors because it was a very unusual style, and I think it was ahead of its time and people didn't understand it, I think, is what happened to this car. Another slight problem was this one is on somewhat beefier wheels than the originals.
Yeah, a little sporty.
The originals had some pretty small wheels on them, and that made them look overbodied. This particular example has fixed that problem by putting a wider tire, more aggressive wheel and tire on it.
And there with the distinctive 1976 Michigan bicentennial plate. Let's learn more from Carol DeBozart, who is with Eric Gorgeous. Eric, to you.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So what do we have here?
This is a 1976 Pacer sedan.
Okay.
Made by the American Motors Corporation.
All right.
It's kind of my midlife crisis car.
It is?
Yes, it is.
What is it about the Pacer that you love?
They came out when I was in high school, and just the roundness, and it's so cute.
It is a cute little car.
It's a short, it's a small, wide car. Lots of room in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's special about this one for you?
Well, this one's been kind of glitzed up a little bit. There's a lot of extra chrome on it, and the sunroof is factory installed. We actually met the guy who installed it when we were in Kenosha. They
Really?
have every 3 years in Kenosha they have an AMC homecoming.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and we met the guy who put it in, and out of about the 250,000 Pacers they made, they only put sunroofs in about 131.
So this is really rare.
Really rare.
Wow,
yes.
that
Yes.
is pretty cool.
Yes.
Was it difficult to find?
Actually, no. I was looking for a little while, and I found it actually on the internet.
Surprise!
On the Yahoo forum, right.
Where was it?
It was actually, I bought it from a man in Toronto, and he had bought it from a private car museum in Western Michigan, so that's why it looks so nice. It was inside a long time, but I drive it.
I got you. You drive it often?
Oh yeah, we have fun. It doesn't sit.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Any favorite features about this?
The color.
Yeah.
It's kind of glitzy. I like I always love AMC interiors, and I just love the car.
Super cool.
Thanks.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
coming
so
out
much for
tonight.
having us.
Have a great cruise.
Okay, we're gonna have fun.
All right, Fred, take it away, buddy.
Well, Robert, this is when we talk about that Pacer sedan.
Yeah.
American Motors during that era with the Pacer and of course the Gremlin, they had some very distinct designs that really jumped out.
Yeah, and this was one of them. And of course, they had some not so good designs that also jumped out, like the Gremlin.
Yeah, right. Well,
And,
and the Matador as well.
Yeah, and you know, that'd be a fun car to have at next year's show. If we have Pintos, we may as well have some Gremlins. But this car was also unique in another way, in that the door on one side was much longer than the door on the other side.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. So on the curb side, being the right-hand side in
Yes.
America, the door was much longer than the driver's door was. So the car was somewhat asymmetrical, and you can see it. It's very modern in shape with all of that tumble home. So the designers did a great job. It just didn't work in the marketplace. I would say that Carol, the owner.
Well, it's certainly a lot of glass in that thing, especially when you see
Yeah,
it from
exactly.
the rear.
But Carol, the owner, she says here she has bought 3 more Pacers and a Matador coupe. So she's not an AMC fan. She's an addict.
Yeah, definitely an aficionado. So, yeah, those were different days, and the
Yep.
products coming from AMC.
Well, as they say, if AMC had the market share that they've got at this show, they'd be alive and well today.